So not exactly the result that most Indian fans were hoping for, but then this is sport at the highest level. I'm joined now from Mumbai by Indian shuttler and 2014 Asian Games medalist Tanvi Lad to talk us through that match and also set up Sunday's medal rounds. Tanvi, disappointment obviously because the gold is out now, but one has to applaud Tai Tzu Ying for the sheer mastery of her craft. Took her some time to settle down, but she then dictated the course of the match.
Absolutely. I think, we all know the champion shuttler that Tai Tzu is. She's not called Queen of World Badminton without reason. She had, an extremely tough match against Ratchanok yesterday. And I think that match could have gone either ways to see her really pull through mentally and tactically, hats off. Coming into today's match, though Tai Tzu has a 13-5 or a 13-6 head-to-head record against Sindhu, as a fan, as a competitor, as a co-athlete, I do understand the kind of mental pressure that would have been, the mental cobwebs that would have been on Tai Tzu's mind, having never really won a title or a medal at the Olympics or the World Champs, which is an event, these kind of world events are where Sindhu usually peaks. So I would have expected a little bit of mental pressure on Tai Tzu coming into the match. But, and we did see a little bit of those nerves in the first game. She took her time to kind of settle in, was struggling a little bit with the drift. We saw a lot of her shots on the backhand side actually go out. Once she had settled in, she clinched the first game, and then the second game was an absolute steamroll. I think tactically, she absolutely outplayed Sindhu, made her work the long corners, the forehand net to the overhead at the back, really made her twist and turn and tired her out in the first 7 points of the second game. And then we saw Sindhu, starting to doubt herself and flounder as the second game progressed.
Well, Tanvi, at the Olympics, we know that you have 2 shots at a medal if you reach the semi-finals. Generally in your sport, if you lose a match, you go home. We heard from Saina Nehwal. She's spoken in the past about how she did not want to play the medal match after losing at London 2012. So how do people around Sindhu get her fired up now? And how does she beat Pinchau, a player who has troubled her in the past?
Putting myself in Sindhu's shoes right now, Sindhu is definitely going to be disappointed. She had a lot of expectations, behind her from her fans, from family, from the entire country, and more than anything from herself. So she is going to, take a couple of hours to just soak in the emotion. But I think if she has a mental coach working with her, or her family, her coach, Park, they have to kind of help her do away with those negative thoughts as quickly as possible. It's not going to be easy because social media is going to be staring at her in the face. I think if I were her, I would have, just not responded to or not used social media for the next 24 hours because she needs a mental detox, and social media isn't going to help her at this point. Clearing her head, really getting herself recharged mentally, physically refueling well, and coming into the match, as if it's a fresh day, it's a fresh start. I really think she's the favorite getting into that bronze medal match against Hebei Jiao, who also has played a marathon quarterfinal today. So I would clearly see Sindhu as the favorite. She just needs to recharge herself mentally and come back as if it's a fresh day, a fresh start, and today hasn't happened. So it's going to be more of a mental challenge.
Well, let's talk about the gold medal match. You mentioned earlier that the big criticism of Tai Tzu Ying so far had been her inability to win a big medal either at the Olympics or the World Championships. But she has that now. It's also a first Olympic medal guaranteed for Chen Yufei, although I'm sure both of them will want to go for the gold. How do you see the final playing out?
Well, we did see Chen Yufei pull off, a great nail-biting match against her compatriot from China just a couple hours ago. So she's, mentally and physically given it her all in the semi-final. And coming into, a big event like the finals at the Olympics, her first ever final, she's probably going to be a little tired. Tai Tzu has won comfortably today, so will physically probably be in a better space. Having said that, I clearly see Tai Tzu as the favorite. She's managed herself mentally and physically, tactically more than anything, brilliantly well throughout this week. I think she's beaten some tricky opponents. She's looking in good shape, and I would clearly see her as the favorite. But we've seen Chen Yufei, pull off some great wins at the All England in 2019. So it could be. I wouldn't, discount the fact that she is an opponent, a contender.
All right, Tai Tzu Ying, the slight favorite, says Tanvi Lad. Thanks so much for joining us with that perspective.